What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome back to Park to Prem. Today it's episode number 20 here at Boston United, and we will be starting the playoffs. But before we can start the playoffs today, there's the small matter of finishing the league season, because with one game left of the season, we currently sit in third, but we could finish as low as fifth, and depending on how things play out, we will either enter the playoffs at the semi-final or the quarter-final. Whichever it ends up being, we will be playing those games today, that being the first round of the playoffs. Tomorrow, hopefully, will be the playoff final in some form. That's the dream, right? I mean, we could, if it doesn't happen, going to be a little bit gutted. But you can see here, Wrexham have wrapped up the title. Fair play to them, they've been very, very good this year. We actually sit with the best goal difference and the fewest amount of defeats, but unfortunately we can only really kick ourselves over the 16 draws we've had over the course of the season. It is also worth noting that since you were here, of course, we played in the FA Trophy semi-final, which we have advanced through. So we have also got an FA Trophy final to plan for. It is in about a month's time. It's a bit tricky really planning how we're going to do these end of season episodes, but the plan is, as I said, final league game today against Sutton. First round of the playoffs, whatever round it happens to be. And from there, we will then do the playoff final tomorrow, possibly the FA Trophy tomorrow as well. I mean, it all depends, right? There's not much point in over-planning things here. We've got to just do our talking on the pitch. That's the long and short of it. Of course, if you missed yesterday's episode, there was an amazing intro, which you guys seem to love. And also, there was a quite significant sale. So if you, for whatever reason, did miss yesterday's video, and I don't think many people did, because I can see it's got way more views than a lot of the more recent episodes, do go check that out. Anyway, since you were last here, we played a whole host of games. Of course, last time out, we beat Solihull Moors 2-0. And you can see if we just ignore the FA Trophy just for now, in the league, things have been pretty good so far. A bit of a mixed bag, I suppose, initially. We lost against Aldershot 3-1. The only kind of, I guess, little silver lining here was the fact that YOLO scored. I've been informed that this guy's name is YOLO, which is just a fantastic first name. I can already tell I'm just going to be calling him YOLO all the time. I feel like there's a lot of chant potential there. So if you've got a chant for him, let me know it. Unfortunately, his late 90th minute goal didn't really save face. We got absolutely spanked by Aldershot. In the very next game, we drew against Dulwich Hamlet 0-0. Yeah, not much you can really say about this game. Hardly a classic. However, in the month of April, things have looked up and we've gone on a really good run of form. We beat Boreham Wood, Chester and York. All very tricky games, actually. And then the two easy games that should have been easy to end the season, we ballsed up. We drew against Addons. We drew against Stockport, who are bottom of the league. And it does mean that today, that, as I said, there is something to play for here, because the top two kind of playoff teams of the six enter at the semi-finals, which is what I would like to target today. But in order to do that, of course, we are going to have to beat Sutton, who do currently sit down in 17th. So we probably should be beating them, to be fair. Anyway, in the FA Trophy, just to look at things here, as you can see, we had the Dagenham and Redbridge semi-finals, and the first one did not go to plan. They were ahead within 6 minutes, and whilst we pegged them back, albeit through a very scrappy goal, as the game went on, I wanted to push forward. I felt like we had a little bit of a hand in the game. We had it, in our own destiny, in control. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Basically, I thought we were going to win everyone. That's the long and short of it. We didn't. They scored through Jack Hickman, but in the second leg, we made our superior quality count. Really good performance, this one. A 3-0 win at home. Jordan Burrow with the first. Adam Liddell then getting on the end of a cross from Sam Barrett's free kick. And then in the latter stages of the game, Quansah. Just doing Quansah things, the centre-back. And what that means is that with this, win on aggregate 4-2, we're in the FA Trophy final where we will be taking on Yeovil. And so even if we don't get promoted this year, even if we don't make it to the playoff final this year, there is at least a little bit of an opportunity to raise my reputation. You can see here I am now studying my Continental C licence, so I'm continuing to build up my coaching skills, which is always a nice little positive. And well, in terms of the team for today's game, there are injuries to contend with, and pretty bad ones, to be honest, and these came in the last month. The first of which is DKM, who looks like he could miss the entirety of the rest of the season. 9 goals in 24 starts in the league is not insignificant for a winger who's massively outperforming his XG. Unfortunately for us, you can see here he's out for 3 weeks with a fractured lower arm. Not a particularly good injury, but perhaps even worse, Zach Dronfield, of course, Captain Fantastic, a player who, whilst he hasn't put in the best average ratings, has been a very, very solid player for us. he is out for the long haul, everyone. He is out for months. You can see here he broke his foot, out for between 2 to 4 months. Maybe we'll be back for the start of next season. That might be a little bit ambitious. But because we're a team not really full of the most influential players, to lose our captain, especially with so many big games where you do want that little bit of influence, that bit of experience in the team, that bit of leadership, he is definitely going to be a massive, massive miss for us. But besides those 2 injuries, and of course, as you can see here, Mamma Mia, who unfortunately is out for the rest of the year, there's not too many injuries to speak of. I feel like our squad has slowly bloated in size over the course of this year, kind of had a steady stream of players coming into the team without necessarily getting rid of too many. There's a fair few players here who I would certainly advocate kind of selling in the summer, I think, just to trim down the squad size, because, I mean, you can tell just looking at it, it's a little bit big right now, and there's a fair few players who just haven't played many matches for us. The likes of Eddie Jackson, even like players like Fraser Preston, really. You could perhaps even throw Zach Clough into it, of course. He joined us at the start of the year, and I was hopeful he'd be really useful, but just not really called on him. He wasn't that useful when we did play him. One player who is a new face in the first team who certainly won't be going anywhere is Andre Grundy. Now, this is a guy who came through our youth intake last year, and I think at the time I did highlight him as a player who could be pretty good. He's improved a lot this year, and it kind of caught me out. We've all been there. You're playing through your Football Manager. You've not looked at the under-18s in a while. It gets to like half a year since you last looked, and suddenly a player has massively improved. And if we look at Grundy here, his improvement across the board, it's kind of impossible to ignore. The physicals have gone through the roof. They are still the glaring weakness in his game. There's no denying that. But at 17 years old, he looks like he could be a really good centre-mid option. My only real concern is he's a good little centre-mid who's an intelligent footballer, but he's not great defensively, and he's not great going forward attacking-wise. He's kind of one of those players who's talented, he's a good player, but he's not really suited to any one role. Right now, we're training him as a roaming playmaker. I'm trying to make him as complete as possible. It seems to be working in terms of just looking at how he's developed thus far. Maybe a player to keep an eye on going into next season. A player who will be owed some first-team football, I'm sure, sooner rather than later. But anyway, we've got a few games to play today, so let's get into the first of these. We are taking on Sutton. In terms of team selection, this is the team that we're going to go with. With DKM out, Sago has become their kind of go-to player. He's not been incredible for us, but he's not been absolutely awful. I feel like we are just missing DKM, but that's kind of to be expected, right? You lose one of your star wingers, you're always going to miss the goals that he provides. I guess the other option would be to play Kearns instead, which I am now wondering if I want to do. I feel like Jamie Kearns, after he scored that goal for us late on last episode, I want to give him as many first-team opportunities as I can, so maybe we'll stick him out actually on the right-hand side of midfield. And of course, with Dronfield out injured, it does leave me with a bit of a predicament. We don't have kind of a go-to defensive midfielder behind him. So for today's game, we're going to play Saxon Early there, who has played a fair amount of football this year, to be fair, in this role. 16 starts in the league is not an insignificant amount. We have also got Yolo as well, but he's just not good enough defensively for me to play that centre-mid on-defend role in the midfield. That would be one of the areas of the pitch where I'd say we might need to look at that in the summer. The strength in depth at centre-mid in terms of having a good defensive option, it's kind of a little bit non-existent, which causes us a problem today. But the good news is the rest of the team is the team that you would expect us to field. So with that in mind, let's get into the game, shall we? Sutton away. The final league game of the season. If we win it, we guarantee ourselves a top 3 finish, which is obviously the main aim. If we do draw or lose, there is a chance that we drop down in the league to 4th or 5th, which would mean that we enter the playoffs at the quarterfinals. So this is almost like a preliminary round to the playoffs in a weird way. The way it plays out, it's as significant potentially as the quarterfinal of the playoffs in terms of what we can gain. Just in terms of what we can lose, perhaps there's a little less in the way of stakes on the line. Anyway, we are in our away white kit today, and we are a goal down after 5. It's not a great start, everyone. It's not a great start. I'm having none of that. Stop it, Jack. Sutton, a goal up after 5 minutes. I thought for a second it was us on the attack with the yellow until I checked, but no, they are playing in yellow. I can confirm that. None. Who was that? Kwanzaa, wake up, son. Just falls asleep. Attacker ghosts in behind him. And, well, Sutton take the early lead. First shot of the game, and I think with that, I need to just demand more. Come on, lads. Throw in now to Sutton. want to keep the momentum going. We've had a very good month, all kind of spurred on by the win against Solihull Moors last episode. Felt like that really gave us, you know, a bit of a kick up the arse and really has seen us kick on in the league. But we need to do more here. Kearns, what can you do? The youngster, left-footed, of course, which always makes it a bit awkward when he's playing as a winger. Prado, inside to Camwer. Kearns is there. Can he finish it? No, he cannot. Langley holds on to it. I mean, early signs are good. We're on the front foot. We're on the attack, but we do need to find a breakthrough at some point in this game now. And while Liddell picks it up, can he finish it? Oh my, that was weird. He shot, it was blocked. He then kind of headed it in the same motion. Keeper was more than up to the task of saving it. But, well, straight into another highlight. You can't accuse us of not creating enough so far, although I say all this. I was anticipating a highlight in our favour. That looked offside to me. Please don't finish it. Referee, linesman, was it not? It wasn't offside, apparently. Edwards, not like this. Just wide of the post. Never in doubt. Never in doubt. And well, it's highlight after highlight after highlight right now. Big ball forward from a goal kick by Sutton. Liddell now with it. Could turn his man. He does. Burrows up ahead of him. Got Barrett as well to his left. Early here, of course. A bit of a point to prove, I suppose, to Early. An opportunity for him in the first team, the defensive mid. Liddell to Camwer. Prado's on the overlap. If he wants to go there. Looks like he wants to go his own. Kearns to Prado. Really nice build-up play here. Is there an end product? Burrow straight at the keeper. It would have been a really nicely worked goal. Playing some good football here. Just need to show a bit of a cutting edge, a bit of a killer instinct. And unfortunately, we're not finding it right now. I mean, there is a slim chance that we lose this game and we still finish third, but I can't rely on two other teams slipping up. We may need to, though. George Nunn's through again. Quansah. I don't know if I can blame. I'm just looking for someone to blame, and his is the name on my screen. Either way, 33 minutes gone. And for all the chances we've had, they've cut us open twice, and they've kind of finished the chances that came their way. I can't even really be mad. It was Quansah there. Oh no, it was Simon. Sorry, Quansah. Simon is daydreaming. One of the best performing players in the league this year, Simon. Not right there. Please don't go on a bad run of form now. That is not what we need. Anyway, Sutton bringing the ball forward again. What is happening here? We've looked so good in recent live comms, and it's all going wrong now. Kearns brings it forward, plays through Liddell. Can he finish this? He should finish this. He can't finish this. Langley tips it over. It's a corner, but that was the chance you imagine. Bit of a shout of encouragement. Can Barrett get an assist? Quansah, free header, straight at Langley again. How many saves has their keeper made so far? 6 shots on target, 7, and we're yet to score. I'm not sure how we're not winning this, although I say that. I mean, you can see here, we've had like lots of half opportunities. They've crafted out 1 or 2 big ones. We are having a higher quantity, but not good enough. I'm going to throw a water bottle. I've not thrown a water bottle in a long time. I have made some players sad, so it's time to pump fists and encourage. If in doubt, encourage. Pump the fists. Tell them they're good. Look at that. Everyone loves me, except Percy Prado. And I feel like we've got a strained relationship anyway, me and Percy. Just does nothing at right back. Anyway, an hour gone here. This is not what I want to see. I am going to make changes. Kearns is tired, so go. Come on down. Camwer's been poor. Let's bring in YOLO. And I've got one last sub if I want to do it. Do I want to do it now? I think I do. Jordan Burrow, come off for Devante Cole. One thing I would say is kind of a general criticism. We've not had a goal scorer on the bench. You know, Devante Cole was meant to be that for us, really, but he's very rarely come on off the bench and been a game changer. Oh my word, I thought Num was about to score a hat-trick there. Would have been a pretty mad hat-trick. He's been very clinical. It's the first time I think he's missed a chance all game. You can see 25 minutes left. It's a kind of a weird game so far. We've just lacked a cutting edge. This feels like one of those matches where on another day we have scored 5 or 6 at this point, and then, well, today we've just not been at the races when it comes to our finishing, sadly. Anyway, we've got some more defending to do here potentially as the ball is dinked towards Nolan, although Prado wins it well. I thought for a second a penalty was about to be given, but we're going to get let off the hook. And you know what? It's time to go more direct, stop working the ball into the box. And I'm going to demand more now. I've been nice. I've thrown a water bowl. Demand more. Barrett whips in. Simon Flicks it on. Devante Cole now with it. Penalty? It is a penalty. Little over it. He's been good from the penalty spot this year, but last year he missed a few, and I almost feel like he's overdue a miss. Please don't miss, Liddle. Please don't. Do it for me. Do it for me. That will do us 17 minutes to try and get another goal number 26 for him. And, well, a really good penalty, actually. The keeper went the right way, but there was no chance he was ever going to get there. I mean, considering this was meant to be the, not pointless game at the end of the year, but kind of the one that mattered a little bit less, it's kind of mad the fact that it's kind of playing out the way it is. Sutton have proven to be stiff opposition, despite being 18th in the league. Randall, now with the ball at the edge of the area, hits it over the bar. A little bit of a let-off there for us. I wanted to have a look between highlights at the league table, but I suppose we will remain tense. We will remain nervous here. Devante Cole plays it to Sego. The two subs linking up. Sego ghosts inside. Has an effort from range, which just was always bending away from the goal and ultimately has gone just wide of the post. Just looking at the league table here. Notts County and Yeovil, I think, are both bottling it. That's mad if that's the case. Unless there's a very late goal here, despite losing against Sutton, I think we're still going to end up finishing third. Kind of every team just limping over the line. I don't want to celebrate this too soon, so we'll wait. I was ready to be really, really disappointed, but yeah, you can see here, Notts County and Yeovil. Yeovil drew against Chesterfield. Bit of late drama in that game as Chesterfield scored in the 90th minute and Yeovil replied not long after. Meanwhile, for Notts County, they drew 0-0 against Bromley, which I can laugh at, but then we've just lost to Sutton, who are only a couple of places above them. What that does mean, though, is that, well, the next match is going to be the semi-final, everyone. We navigate through the quarterfinals despite losing, gives us a chance to rest the players a little bit ahead of a bit of a crunch time end to the season. I'm not even sure if we'll know which team we've got yet. I'm pretty sure the draw is made after the quarterfinal. Maybe wrong there, maybe mistaken. But I'm going to be honest, I'm trying to remember that I think we did actually go through these playoffs with Towlaw. Either way, semi-final bound, very, very good. The board are very happy. And we've also got the FA Trophy final to look forward to. So plenty of football yet to be played. Another match today as well. Right, let's go forward, everyone. No messing around. I don't know who we're going to be taking on. It's going to be the playoff semi-final. I'll see you guys in just a moment. Here we are. It is semi-final time, everyone. And incidentally, we've been drawn against Yeovil Town, whom you might notice in the top right, we already have to play tomorrow in the FA Trophy final. So they are going to become a bit of a familiar team. And, well, speaking of familiar teams, in the other semi-final, it is Solihull Moors taking on Notts County. Of course, two teams who we have already met this year in live commentaries. Just looking at the kind of quarter-finals, you can see here, Notts County beat Dulwich Hamlet 3-0. On the other side of things, Yeovil scraping by Havant and Waterlooville. We go into this game, I imagine, as favourites. I have us down as favourites. I think you have to, really. I'm going to hope that we can get a result here. We are at home. It is a single-leg affair. There is no kind of home and away leg. We get all the advantage, but we do need to step up and perform better than we have towards the end of the season. We've not been good enough. We've not won in our last 3 league games of the year. This is the time where it really has to get turned around. Defensively, maybe some question marks to be asked as well. The goals have kind of flowed in a little bit, albeit with, you know, a bit more rotation in the team. Now, the good news is Yeovil already played midweek in the earlier round of the playoffs, so we've had a little bit more recovery time, and we come in a little bit extra fresh. And, well, just having a look at the team here. This is the team that we have. Nothing too crazy going on. DKM does make the bench, though. Yes, he has been in a race against time, I suppose, to get fit for this game, but he is ready and raring to go. Elsewhere, looking at our team, it's fairly standard. Dermot Me in goal, Duxbury, Simon, Quanser, Prado at the back. Percy. I quite like the name Percy. I should just nickname it Percy Prado. It's not that complicated, everyone. In the midfield, we've got Barrett back, which is really good, of course. He's been in and out of the team with injuries throughout this year. He's still not really 100% match sharp, but he has got the best average rating in our team. Early and Camwer going to play at centre mid. Kearns gets the nod out on the right-hand side. A player in form, a player who has looked very, very good for us. And whilst I do see their long-term future being as a striker, I think he has the potential to step into the first team and do a job for us today. out on the right in DKM's absence. And of course, up front, we look to Burrow, we look to Liddell. They are the two players we need to get us some goals. Let's see if we can make it to a final. Of course, we've got one final tomorrow for sure, and it's going to be against Yeovil, who we take on today. I guess the question remains, can we beat them here? Can we get a bit of a mental edge, maybe even? You can see, just looking at things, they were promoted last year via the playoffs, so they are familiar with this kind of football, but they were relegated from League 2 the following year. Their key player, by the way, is Leighton Clarkson, who is on loan from Celtic. He's pretty blooming good. So this is not going to be easy. This is not going to be a freebie by any means. Their media prediction was third. So they are a very, very good side. And particularly with us falling out of form, I'm not taking anything for granted going into this game. I am very much on edge. But hopefully, we're going to perform well. We're going to beat them. We're going to stamp ourselves a place in the final tomorrow of the playoffs. And of course, tomorrow we can just have a festivity of finals. That's what I would like to see. Let's see if we can do it. It's at the community stadium. The pundits have been praising us. Now we have to turn up in the big games. You can see the games on TV, so we get the fancy intro. Well, look at that team. Look at that team. It looks beautiful. But is it going to be beautiful on the pitch? Looking at their team, any names that I recognise? Not really. Apparently Revan is a player I need to be wary of. Looking at things here, Yeovil have got some really, really good players in on loan, it would appear. But I don't know, I feel like this is a game that we should be winning. We should be backing ourselves to do well in this one. The question, I suppose, is, can we do well in it? We need to be at our best. I want promotion this year. We've got money in the bank to spend. We're going pro. Everything's happening this summer. Can we have a promotion to add to that long list of goings on? Well, if we're going to, we need to play well here. And well, we kick the ball forward via Barrett straight to Motley Henry. And the ball headed away by Duxbury. If I sound nervous, if the live comm sounds a little all over the place, I'll be honest, everyone. When it gets to these big games, my head starts to go. I start to panic a little. But can we show our quality here? Nice build-up play by us. Knocking the ball around really nicely. Camera with it. Back to Barrett. This has been such a nice move. The defender blocks the initial effort. It's played across the line, but no one there to follow up. And, well, hopefully that's just not a, a flash in the pan. Hopefully that is a sign of things to come here. As Barrett whips it in. Kwanzaa hits the woodwork. And, well, 20 minutes gone, we are having all the chances. We are having all the opportunities, but we just can't find a breakthrough as of yet. And I say as of yet because I'm hopeful that we can. Coming up to half an hour gone with no shots on target. And well, we have a highlight starting here with Yeovil in possession. Of course, a team who were in the Championship only a few decades... Well, I was going to say a few decades ago. I don't think it was even a decade ago they were in the Championship. It was only one season, but they've tumbled since then. And while Worthington's been threaded through, and Matty Worthington, who was that player that I knew we had to be wary of. We went and looked at him. I'm sure the Celtic kind of coaches are looking on delighted. I most certainly am not. Second goal of the year for him. They actually knocked the ball around here nicely, so give them some credit. The through ball was superb. The number 7 tucked it into the bottom corner. Dermot me. Wake up, Dermot. I prefer playoffs when they're over 2 legs. I feel like they're a bit more dramatic. That might sound a little weird, but I don't know. I feel like you get a bit more drama, I suppose. When it's one leg, it can fizzle out very quickly, and at half-time, they've had one shot on target and it's gone in. To be fair, we've not been any better with our shooting in terms of the accuracy of it. On the whole, though, a very, very tight first half. Not a huge amount of chances either way. Yeovil took the one opportunity that came their way. And I feel nervous because we're coming up to an hour gone and nothing is happening. In terms of players not performing, Liddell has vanished today. Kearns has not played well out on the right. I am going to risk DKM here. Come back, my friend. Please be fit. Please survive the next 30 minutes. We've missed you in this end of season run. I need you back now, DKM. He's rocking the number 24 shirt. I'm going to click on him out of expectation as much as anything else. Camwa tries to thread through Burrow. Burrow through on goal, tucks it away. Jordan Burrow, lovely, lovely goal. I don't know if you can claim that is the DKM influence kicking in there. But in front of the gazebo, he can celebrate. And not long after making a bit of a tactical change. and a bit of a personnel change. We find the back of the net. Camwa, lovely ball through by him, and then tucked into the bottom corner by Jordan Burrow. Goal number 28. Not a bad total, if I might say so myself. And with 20 minutes left, I mean, this game would go to extra time if things remain as they are, but I feel optimistic, shall we say. Look at the chances. They've done nothing in this second half. Probably should make some further changes. Barrett is tired. I'm going to bring in Galliani. Or Galliani. He's leaving the club at the end of the year. I don't need to worry about how to say his Italian name. I'm sorry, Adrian. Galliani. Or Galliani. It's Galliani. I've said it correctly all these times. Now I'm butchering it. Also, Saxon Early, you've done nothing in this game. YOLO. Come on down, my friend. Have a party with us. 5 minutes of added time. Is there going to be a late sting in the tail? There's a Yeovil set piece. Not like this, Football Manager. Not like this. Clarkson stands over it. Less than 2 minutes on the clock. The ball played short to Nathaniel George, who hits it just wide of the post. And well, we're straight into another highlight. 40 seconds left. Is this game going to go the distance, or is one team about to have a late opportunity here? A late breakthrough. If there's a goal now for either team, you would have to say that will be that. 10 seconds left. The ball kicked into the gazebo with a degree of disrespect there. Don't appreciate that at all. Duxbury throws it to Burrow. He heads it away. The defender, and well, I think we're going to extra time. I think we're going to extra time, everyone. This is not what I wanted. I'm going to tell the players that there's a lot to come from them, and I believe they've got what it takes. We've been the team on top in this game. We've been the better side. I'm hopeful that as the game goes on, we can just show that dominance more and maybe find the breakthrough. But they've already shown once they can score. They could be through here. The shot's blocked. It's saved by Dermot Mee. What a huge stop to tip it over the crossbar. Oh my word, maybe I should be content to take it to penalties. That is where we would be going if things stay as they are. The ball whipped in. Dermot Mee with some big saves in some big moments, the youngster. Halfway through extra time, and you'd have to say it's very much in the balance, everyone. I'm already so attacking. I don't really feel comfortable changing a lot. 5 minutes. Duxbury. Of course, the winner of this goes to the playoff final. The winner of this has a shot at promotion to the Football League. Percy Prado at right back. What can he do? Plays it inside to DKM. Coming back from injury. DKM scores. I didn't want him to play as much football as he's ended up playing. I was hoping he could make the difference in 90 minutes. But in he comes. Goal number 12 for the year. Prado afforded so much space on the overlap. His ball through is nice, but DKM with a hell of a lot to go and do there. Well, you might have expected him to hit it across goal, but instead he snuck it in at the near post. I'm going to tell the players to time waste now. 3 minutes of extra time to hold on. Can we do it? That time is slipping away. And that is that. After extra time in a proper ding-dong affair, in a proper back-and-forth battle, we are going to come out victorious. We make it to the final. Yeovil, we will still see you tomorrow for another final. But tomorrow's episode is going to be a big one. A double final, a playoff final, the FA Trophy final. Lots of silverware on the line. The entire future of the club will change drastically dependent on the next episode's action. But for now, we can enjoy that win. You can see here, lots of players tired, which is not ideal. It's been a long season for a lot of players. So many of our players at the back are exhausted. Who are we going to be playing in the other in the other game, in the final? Do we know? Do we know? Any more for any more? It's going to be Solihull Moors or Notts County. When do they? Have they not played? In 6 days. There's no recovery time, everyone. And it's going to be Solihull Moors, who you might remember just last episode we beat 2-0. Both games going, well, beyond the 90 minutes they were scheduled to go on for. A very tight set of games. But yeah, Solihull Moors, who finished second in the league, going to be taking us on. The two teams at the top to do battle tomorrow. I hope you're ready for it. I don't know if I am. 6 days to recover, 6 days to go and rest some players and hope they come back refreshed. I hope to see you guys next time. Guys, thank you so much for your support. Let me know if you've got a prediction for tomorrow's games. We've got 2 finals. Get them in the comments. And until next time, it is me, Jack, and I will talk to you guys in a bit. I'm out.